This is lecture number 5, and really we will end today LO3. Just a recap that what LO3 is about, it was all about the globalization. And globalization is the process by which business, ideas, goods, services, people, and information move more easily across the national borders and then creating a more connected and interdependent world economy. So slowly and gradually from area to city, then to country, then to international borders, that is what the whole scenario of globalization is. Today we will be doing 3.2 and it says evaluate how the technology has impacted on the global integration of the business organization. You need to focus on the command verb. Whatever the points are in the indicative content, first define them, add 3 strengths and weaknesses, and in the end, go for similarities and differences, judgment, and a conclusion. Despite from this, the question is the tech has impact on the global integration. Integration is what? Again, the globalization of the business organization. How we are sitting in different countries, but the organizations are connected to one another. This assessment criteria evaluates how the tech has influenced the global integration of the business organizations. Global integration refers to the coordination and interconnection of the business operations, even the functions, departments as well, resources, and market across the national boundaries. With the rapid development of digital technologies, information and communication systems have become central to international business activities. First, you need to make sure that your national ground is strong, then we can reach towards the international one, because each and everything will be shared then. This evaluation examines the impact of key technological components, including the ICT systems, that is information and communication technological systems, remote workforce management. Remote working itself is not a single entity. We have different kinds of remote working. And I think we did this in another course or maybe in this course. Internet-based trade, that is e-trade, and communication tools and assesses their strengths, weaknesses, and overall implications for the operational efficiency. The main thing is that the daily activities are going on smoothly. Okay, these are just the terms which I'll be using next. ERP is Enterprise Resource Planning and ICT is Information Communication Technology. The point is technology and global integration. Technology refers to digital tools, systems, and innovations such as cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and enterprise resource planning that enhance the efficiency of the business processes. By the word technology, it means that in the organization, in any sort of industry too, we are going to integrate the tech. And when we're integrating the tech, it is going to be new softwares, new systems, AI, now it is at the rapid cost, and ERP as well. What is ERP? It is again a software system that is actually integrating all the business processes, that is the department, how the finance, HR, production, and supply chain, just an example, there are other departments as well, are integrating together. Or in short, they're using the best form of intranet. Then global integration is the process through which organizations coordinate and standardize their operations, supply chain, and marketing efforts across different countries to operate as a single global entity, to be united so that all the operations are done smoothly and accurately. Then we have operational management. This is which is involved.
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am. Can you repeat once again? Global integration. I actually didn't get the point.
Okay, it is the process.
Global integration.
Okay. It is the process through which organizations coordinate and standardize their operations. Global integration is when your organization, let's say my organization is in Pakistan and the same branch is in Saudi, we have to make sure that their operations, their daily activities are matched. Not exactly, but we will try our best that in today's task, we're able to complete each and everything, all the activities which we decided that we are going to do today. Then how the operations of departments are going on, the finance ratio of the organization which is in Pakistan and the one which is in KSA, supply chains, how we are transporting the goods and services from country to country, marketing efforts, which platform we are using for the advertisement, branding, each and everything. Are we using PR method? Are we using social media or just the physical ground? That is what the global integration is. The companies are going to integrate, interconnect with each other as a single global entity, as a united bound. Now clear?
Yes, ma'am, clearly.
Then we have operational management. This involves planning, organizing, and controlling the business activities to produce goods or services efficiently. We did talk about that we need to focus on the operational efficiency and the management on the daily basis. But how this is going to happen, that is the main thing. You have to organize things. First, you need to plan, and then the execution goes on, that how things are going to be step by step. It includes managing the production, that is, how many units we will be producing, let's say, of the coffee bars, supply chains, how things are going to be transported, and with that, the process, the time starting with the production of the commodity of the good till it get received to the end user, complete process is under the supply chain. So we have to monitor it very carefully. Workforce, the employees, the workers, we need to see their health, the fringe benefits, the payments, the salaries, commission, their efficiency factors too. Quality of the product, obviously, the logistics system to ensure the consistent performance across all business locations. As it's a multinational, if it's a globalization, global tech, then we need to be very sure how things are moving from country to country. Are we using sea transport, air transport, and at what budget, at what cost? Each and everything will be discussed here. Impact of tech on the global integration. The first point is the information and communication technology, ICT. It includes systems like cloud computing, enterprise resource planning, and data analytics that allow the organizations to manage and share information globally. That is, we're using the softwares and the updated systems bug-free so that we can commute easily. Things are going on smoothly. Right now, we're having crackdown in Pakistan, specifically in two cities, Lahore and Islamabad. The internet has been affected. Roads are blocked everywhere. Containers, army is over there. A chaos. Only few technological organizations like right now NATEL and the JAS, they are able to produce their networks, provide networks to the people. Otherwise, it's a chaos. The good point enables the real-time coordination across international operation, what is going on in one country and what is going on in the other country. Like I know a company, I cannot disclose it. They used to run the taxi service, the Uber service in Canada from Pakistan, and they used to earn Canadian dollars. So it is really possible, but it was under the category of globalization, remote working. Supports global decision making through data integration and analytics. Alone, you could not take a decision, even if you're a franchisee. You need to talk first to the main hub, the department, the home country owners. Reduces duplication of the effort, it enhances productivity. Duplication of the effort, how it gets reduces when you are in a globalization. Any idea? It's a simple thing.
Not at the moment.
Because you're a globalization. If one country is taking a decision, the other country is also going to take it. So it is like it's a good thing. You don't need to stress out all the time. That is why it reduces the effort of duplications. Then we have the weaknesses, high setup and maintenance costs. Yes, it is very expensive. You need to have excellent connections. Vulnerability to cybersecurity breaches and data theft. Yes, the cybercrime is at high rate. The hacking data, the hackers are always on the alert scheme. Even if the layman of the normal people, their accounts get hacked, then you can imagine that how would be the frequency of the securities of all the big brands, organizations. For example, a Bahrainian-based SME in the clothing sector used the cloud-based ERP software to track the fabric orders from Turkey and monitors the sale across Gulf countries. Now, see, it's a Bahrainian-based organization. They're taking the cloth material from Turkey and they're trying to get it delivered in the whole Gulf country. So 3 countries are involved, though it's an SME. This integration allows for the real-time updates, accurate forecasting, and reduced delays in production. Like we order from the Amazon now, and the sheet, it is available in the developing nations now as well, in Pakistan too. So what you need to do in the online payment, limit of the shopping, and then it is going on. All you need to clear out is the custom tax. 3 countries are involved, though it's an SME. This integration allows for the real-time updates, accurate forecasting, and reduced delays in production. Like we order from the Amazon now, and the developing nations now as well in Pakistan too. So what you need to do in the online payment, limit of the shopping, and then it is going on. All you need to clear out is the custom tax. Remote workforce technology enables businesses to employ remote workers from any part of the world using online platforms and digital collaboration tools. An amazing, convenient, at the comfort of your office, any cafe, any home, you can work. Strength, access to global talent pool and cost-effective labor markets. When you try to intervene with other countries and their workforce, you're able to know their talent, their techniques, their thoughts, their vision. And it is always fruitful for the organization. Increases flexibility and operational continuity during the disruption, for example, COVID-19. In the pandemic, this was the actual time where everyone was introduced to this tech. It enhances diversity and innovation through multicultural teams because we share the thoughts and vision. That is why. Otherwise, we have so many organizations in which you cannot share anything at all. You're bound to follow the rules and regulations. However, challenges in maintaining the effective communication and team cohesion, yes, you need to communicate all the time, and through the social media apps, applications, it gets tricky as well. If I'm having some problem in my country, maybe the other country is going everything smooth and fine. But what will happen? Due to my internet issue, I won't be able to conduct the class. Possible time zone conflicts and cultural misunderstandings. Very true. Mostly our class timings used to collide during the prayer time. So that is a weakness. However, the example is a UK-based digital marketing SME hires graphic designers from Pakistan and the Philippines, saving on the cost while assessing the creative skills, what they are doing. Always the big chunky companies, they hire the people from the developing nations because they know they are hardworking, they're going to do it. They have no choice, honestly. And they will work day and night hard and they will sell their creativity with literally few chunk of money. However, it must manage the time differences and maintain consistent quality standards. And with that, you need to provide qualitative service as well. You need to be punctual. I mean, so many strings added to it. Okay, then we have the role of internet in trade. The internet has revolutionized, I mean, not even the business, everyone's life as well. The global trade by enabling e-commerce, online marketing, and international logistics tracking. I think Alibaba is also very famous, the e-commerce, just like Amazon. Amazing platform where people can literally sell things, buy things, and trade is going on. Strength provide access to global markets and consumers 24/7. It never shuts down. It is always available and you can use it according to your time zones. Reduces the need for the physical stores, lowering the operational cost, and even the returning part is very easy. Facilitates transparent pricing and competition. There is no bargaining at all. You need to buy it if you want to. However, challenges in maintaining the effective communication and team cohesion. Again, the problem of communication relies because of the tech. Weakness, exposure to online fraud and data privacy issues. The organizations which are not the big brands, mostly they do the this hinge that they do not send the exact product, the commodity which we ordered. So there is a fraud as well. High competition and the need for constant digital marketing investment. And these platforms, they need high investment from the investees. This is not like you have opened a store and everybody is purchasing. No, things are managed by the big boards. For example, a small Bahraini fashion brand sells through Shopify and Instagram, exporting clothing to consumers in Saudi Arabia and Kuwait. Now you can see yourself. The internet allowed it to compete with the larger brands without major capital investment because you become their suppliers. Easy communication technologies, platforms such as Skype, Zoom, Slack, and WhatsApp Business have been made global communication instantaneous and affordable, like within a second. Glimpse of an eye, we are texting, we are exchanging the thoughts, we can arrange a class, we can do anything. Strength enables
Ma'am,
the
there's no more, Skype has no more, so it's a little bit
yeah,
farewell. We used to have tons of memories from that as well.
right, yeah, I forgot
Now
that.
it's just, now it's no more. Yeah.
It's only Microsoft. Uh, because see, we are having Teams now, no? Teams is an amazing platform. If I compare Teams with the Zoom app, it is far better than the Zoom. So why to have Skype then? Though we used to have an emotional attachment with it, just like Cartoon Network, but we need to bid the farewells. Strength enables the real-time communication and collaboration across the departments. You need to intervene with each and every one all the time. And it is very easy with these softwares. Reduces the travel costs and decision-making time. Travel costs because I don't need to go to KSA every day and attend the class. I can do it wherever I want to. Supports global teamwork and project coordination. Again, it is easy to invite different people and make sure they are attending the meeting and we are discussing. However, over-reliance on the digital communication may reduce the personal interactions as well. Um, Personal interaction, people get isolated. Already they're introverts, and then it gets worse. Connectivity issues or data leaks can disrupt the workflow. Yes, the connectivity of issues is a problem. If it's not strong, and with that, the breaches in the data, that is too an important topic. For example, a manufacturing SME uses Zoom and Slack for the coordination between its Bahraini head office, suppliers in Turkey, and consumers in Dubai, improving decision-making speed and reducing the project delays. So just sitting in one country, one city, you can operate in various parts of the world. We have perspectives, we have benefits, and we have the challenges. The first perspective is from the economic side, that is the technology reduces the transaction cost, improves efficiency, and opens a new market. How tech reduces the transaction cost? Now, we do have to pay the charges on the online payments as well, but they are not enormous, huge. Challenges, it requires high investment in the IT infrastructure and cybersecurity because you have to maintain the security as well. Operational, the information and communication technology enhances the supply chain visibility and performance monitoring. Everything is very clear on all the boards and apps. However, integration across different systems and cultures can be complex. Different systems, that is the software systems. In one organization, you can involve only few of the systems and softwares. Not every software is for every organization. HR, remote work enables access to skilled global talent around the world you can pick up. Difficult, that is the concept of expats. Difficult to maintain culture, trust, and performance control. Again, we are going to explore different people from different backgrounds. Sometimes it is a good experience, sometimes it is not. Strategic internet marketing and the data analytics enable the global competitiveness. And just due to these two things, we're able to compete at such a high rate. However, increased dependency on the global networks and exposure to cyber risk. If there is a disruption in the internet, completely, the airports get even shut down because obviously on the internet basis, we're doing stuff. We have similarities and differences. Similarities, connectivity and coordination, all technological tools, ICT, international trade, communication systems, and remote work platforms aim to enhance connectivity and coordination between the global business units. First, you need to have the connectivity between the national boundaries. Then you can jump to the international one. Even when you're a multinational, if everything is good in your country's organization head office, then you can definitely surpass it further. Cost efficiency, each technology supports cost reduction. That is the cost which is paid by the producers. We need to reduce it to the max, either by automating the operations, again, using the tech, lowering the travel costs, communication tools by using the remote working and the softwares, or reducing the labor expenses, that is the remote workforce. You don't need to build up an office, an asset, pay the rent, give them the daily wages or any daily fringe benefit. It is all done to the remote basis too.
Ma'am, can you repeat once again the connectivity one?
Connectivity one.
Connectivity and coordination, a bit in small.
Okay. Through the softwares, whether it's an internet, whether it is the intranet and workforce platforms as well, we are able to connect everyone together. First, we need to make sure that your national organization, the company which is in the home country, let's say Pakistan, we need to make sure the operations are running smoothly. Then we can jump to our neighboring country, that is our second branch, which is in KSA. We can definitely work on it. So for the smooth operation, it is really mandatory to have a strong connectivity and coordination among the departments and the organization. There?
Yes, ma'am.
Speed and access to information. All the tech improve the speed of decision making by providing instant access to data, enabling the business respond quickly to global market trends. The moment we're having some latest trend going on, we can adopt it. And how it is possible? Just we are vigilant through the social media. Dependence on the digital infrastructure, and we're looking at our competitors and the rivals too. Dependence on the digital infrastructure, whether through online trading or ERP system, enterprise resource planning, all these tools depend on reliable internet access. Again, what type of software system you get installed in your business, if the internet fails, there is no use of them. The cybersecurity, then the problem of hacking, creating a shared vulnerability to technical disruption. So always the IT department, it never goes down. We always need them. Just overall impact what we did. And then I think these are the theory and a conclusion. We have aspect, the ICT systems, remote workforce, internet trade, communication tools. From the primary purpose, that is the basic purpose, the ICT is data integrating and operational control. Data integrating is what? Data. Both are the same, but the way we are coordinating all systems together, the softwares together, and we have a knowledge that in which organization, department we're going to use which type of software, that is the most important thing. Then remote workforce, that is access to the global talent. Access to the global talent is what? That is, we're able to retrieve the talent from around the world. Selling and marketing globally, we're using our own ground as well, and we are using the marketing method too. Communication tools, collaboration, and coordination, the way things are mingled together among the departments and the different organization heading towards different countries. Main benefit improves internal efficiency, that is within the premises of the organization. What is the base of efficiency going on? Reduces the labor and overhead costs, because obviously we are hiring the people from the remote workforce, different countries. So definitely we do not pay them on hourly basis or daily basis. It's on the monthly contract. And overhead costs, the daily expenses. Expands market reach. We're able to explore new market, new people, new culture. It enables real-time decision making as well, and you're able to take the decisions on time. We are not waiting it for a longer period of time, the way we used to do in participative and democratic and even autocratic leadership styles. Key limitations. The first one is for the ICT, that is high implementation and the maintenance cost. And for the remote workforce, it is risk of poor communication and control. If the communication is not up to the standard, things are going to be very difficult. Internet trade, exposure to online fraud and competition, it happens a lot. For the communication tool, the limitation is over reliance on the virtual communication. Everything is online on the social media applications. The scale of the impact is for the ICT organizational level integration. That is, it is only based on the organization in the company. For the remote workforce, it is human resource flexibility. That is how strong, efficient, and effective the HR department is. Internet trade, market and consumer expansion. In which market you want to intervene and how you're going to grasp the attention of the consumers. Communication tools, daily operational efficiency, the daily activities, which is a mandation to make sure that they are running smoothly and we are able to meet the cost, expenses, everything, so that at the end, the profit, it doesn't get out of the digit. Supporting theories and research, this is the last part of your evaluate command verb. According to this topic, we have these theories with us. Castle's Network Society theory, which was proposed in 1996. It proposes that the tech has created a globally connected economy where information flows seamlessly across the borders, forming the foundation of the modern globalization. This is the way you're going to do in the assignment briefs as well. No need to go in the depth, just name it. That is, if somebody has done the work, we can always give them the credit. McKinsey Global Report, which was proposed in 2023, the latest one, found that firms using advanced digital tools are twice as likely to expand successfully into international markets. Definitely. Harvard Business Review, 2022 highlighted that digitalization and remote work have flattened the global labor markets, allowing SMEs to operate competitively alongside the multinational corporations. It is very easy. You just need to search on the internet, and if there must be some important aspect done by the researcher, it will show us. Tech has become a critical enabler of the global integration by linking people, markets, and operational across borders. Everyone, whether it's a human, whether it's a technology, whether it's a skill, 10 minutes are left, we're able to mingled it together. It has transformed how organizations manage the supply chains. While the adoption of ICT, remote work, and digital trade platforms offers significant cost and efficient advantages, there are problems as well, like cybersecurity risk, communication barriers, and over-reliance on the tech process. So the good points are always more, but there are bad points as well. If the technology has always be a good thing for everyone, it has also the adverse part as well. Like um, we are so happy that we have phones, we can use YouTube, we can use Netflix, whatever we want to. But the workforce at the moment, what they're doing, they're giving the phones the access to the Netflix, to the YouTube, to the young children. And what is happening to them? They're speech delayed. They're not able to speak, they're not able to socialize. So we have so much bad things as well. Overall, the benefits outweigh the limitations, especially for the SMEs that strategically invest in affordable digital tools. To sustain success in the global environment, organization must balance tech integration with the data security. Security must be very strong. Human engagement, that is the skilled workforce we're going to hire, and continuous innovation. If there is a malfunction in any of the, what do we call that, internet, any software system, any AI robot is not going to fix it. A human is going to fix it. Even robots are made by us, people. We are training them. Till now, clear?
Yes, ma'am. It's mostly about how the technologies impact with that
Hmm,
and global standardization, different
correct.
collaboration and all.
Now moving towards the example, Threads Bahrain. Threads Bahrain is a small and medium-sized enterprise operating in Manama, specializing in consumer custom-made women's clothing established in 2018. The company sources fabric from Turkey, collaborates with designers in Pakistan, and sells products across the GCC countries, that is Saudi, UAE, and Kuwait, through online platforms. The company's success relies heavily on the digital integration to manage global operations through efficiency despite its small size, that is the organization size. When you will be selecting an organization, be sure if it's a running SME with that, do tell about the organization first, what it is about. Technology application methods, Bahrain and impact. First, let's go with the ICT system. Under the ICT, we have the ARP and cloud. Threads uses a cloud-based ERP system that is Zoho Books. Even in the ERP system, there are so many other softwares. You need to select according to your viability and the bucket. To monitor the inventory, manage the purchase orders from the Turkish suppliers, and track consumers' orders in real time. However, the impact is it improves operational efficiency, it reduces delays, and ensures the consistent product quality. We're able to monitor the daily activities quite nicely and clearly. And with this, we are able to see that what is the status of the commodities at the warehouse. Remote workforce, the company employs freelance pattern designers and marketing staff from Pakistan and Egypt who work remotely using tools like Trello and Google Workspace. What are these? These are all the softwares which we're using, right? According to organizations, their types, their liking, their affordability factors. It reduces employment costs and brings creative talent from diverse markets. And we're able to meet new people. Internet and trade, sales are driven through Shopify, Instagram, and TikTok, enabling consumers, like we have a TikTok shop, and consumers across GCC countries to place online orders. Impact expands consumer base without opening physical stores in other countries, and many brands do not exist with the physical stores. They're only operating through the online platforms. Easy communication tools uses the Zoom and WhatsApp business for daily coordination between the Bahraini managers, Turkish fabric suppliers, and overseas designers. Impact enhances the collaboration and quick problem resolution across different time zones. Clear? The examples, it must be clear now, I hope so. Is it clear, both of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Hamza. Okay. Then what do we have? Yeah, challenges. Occasional internet disruption delay the communication with the suppliers. Yes, that's a problem. Cultural and time zone differences sometimes slow decision making due to the time zone factor. They are all different countries and the time zone is also different. The company faces cybersecurity concerns requiring investment in security payment systems. And there are systems, huge systems, which secure the data. Despite these challenges, Bahrain demonstrates how an SME can leverage technology to operate like a multinational firm. They're not a multinational, but they're trying to act like a multinational, which is an amazing thing. By combining the ICT systems, remote work, and digital communication, it achieves.
Ma'am, so it's not an SME, because as you've mentioned earlier that they're acting like a multinational firm, right?
Yeah,
They
they
were
are an
just
SME,
telling.
but they're
Okay.
acting like a
Yeah.
multinational firm. The way they are
Okay.
doing
Oh,
everything
okay.
efficiently.
The quality is like a
Yeah, the quality.
multinational firm, I guess. Okay.
It reduces the cost, yes, though it's an SME, they're managing things quite nicely. Faster order processing because of the systems they have installed, expanded market reach across the borders, anybody can order from them. This integration reflects the broader impact of tech on global operations, enabling even small firms to compete then like smaller firms that is the sold here in the partnership to compete regionally and internationally through strategic digital adoption. And all these brands which are now on the internet, as in they have their online e-mart, they are all small. They are not big multinational. They have worked really hard and they have targeted the loyal consumers around the world. So that is it for 3.2. It says again the command verb is same, that is evaluate the different approaches to leadership and decision making of the global organization. Again, the leadership styles, the approaches of the tech, strategic decision making, they also varies from country to country and according to areas. This assessment criteria evaluates different approaches to leadership and decision making used by the organizations operating across multiple countries. It explains key models, examines how culture and location affect the choices, consider the expatriates management, the people who are gone from your home country to the host country, and communication issues, language, remote teams, base strengths and weaknesses, and reaches a reasoned judgment, supported by the leadership and cross-cultural theory as well. Now, definitions. Leadership, according to the global context, means the process of influencing people across national boundaries to achieve organizational objectives, aims, vision, and the next thing is, yeah, objectives, align diverse teams and create the shared goals as well. That is what in normal language leadership is. Leadership styles varies across different business structures and around countries as well. Decision making, this method, the methods and the low key, that is where decisions are made in the headquarters, regional office, local unit, the main hub, used to choose courses of the action that affect multiple countries, that is terms of condition. Centralized versus decentralized decision making is centralized means key decisions made at headquarters, the main hub. Decentralized is decision delegated to regional local managers. The KFC, the main headquarter is another country, but their branches are around the world, right? Every country, every city, the KFC or any brand, let's assume, um, McDonald's even, Starbucks even, the multinationals, they are taking the decisions accordingly. They can even change the menu as well, but everything will be first accepted or rejected by the main headquarters. Expatriate managers, employees sent from the home country to work in the foreign subsidiaries to lead, transfer knowledge, or control operations. Common leadership styles and decision-making approaches globally. Strategic locus model.
Ma'am, can you repeat once again expatriate leadership once again, ma'am?
It's not a leadership style. These are the managers, the people who are sent from the home country to the host country. Like I'm getting
Okay,
promoted
ma'am.
to another country, like that. Strategic locus model, these are the centralized, decentralized, and the matrix transactional model. The centralized one is the headquarter led. That is, everything is discussed over there at the big department. Headquarters retains decision rights for the strategy, major investments, branding, and core processes. Now, the small franchises, they are not going to take the big decisions or they're going to arrange the investees. Everything will be arranged by the main hub headquarters. Decentralized, that is, everyone has the authority, city to city, country to country. Local units adapt the product, pricing, and operations to market condition. Like in Pakistan, we do not have the paneer burger, mak aloo tikki burger. But in India, we have it because the locals like it. Got it? So they have taken the decision, but everything is approved by the headquarters first. Matrix or transnational model combines the central control on some dimension, that is, on some regularity grounds, like brand research and development, with the local autonomy and others common in firms aiming for the global efficiency plus local responsiveness. So we are not going to defame the main organization repute, but we have to see what actually local wants from us. Now, these are the styles. Autocratic directive, clear top-to-down instructions, fast decisions useful in the crisis or highly standardized operation. That is mostly in the forces. Then democratic participative involves local managers in decision, builds buy-in, better local adaptation. You are only able to speak. Speak when you are allowed to speak. Transformational leaders inspire and align diverse teams around the vision effective for the change and cross-border integration, that is country to country. Transactional, that is focusing on the targets, incentives, and control systems, suit standardized, efficiency-driven global processes. Again, many organizations use this because it is quite convenient. Seven, situational leadership adapts to the team needs and context. According to the scenario, you're going to accept everything and you will lead accordingly, where the cultural sensitivity and local empowerment are priorities. How culture and location affect decisions and leadership. Cultural values influence preferred approaches. In high power distance, that is the countries, for example, many parts of the Asia and Latin America, centralized and directive leadership is often accepted and expected. That is, you have to follow it. Now, the problem which is going on around one country in the other country, the genocide one, the main hub is leading everyone. We're bound to follow him. In low power distance culture, for example, Nordic countries, participative decision making and egalitarian leadership perform better. That is, according to their criteria, their likes and dislikes. In villagistic cultures, that is reward personal initiative. Collectivist cultures emphasizes group harmony and consensus. That is, you have to ask questions from everyone first, and then the decisions, obviously, the recommendation, the feedback, then we can go ahead. Uncertainty avoidance affects the appetite for the risk some locations, preferably the formal rules and slow consensus decision. Um, if I explain it, like the situation in the COVID, we never waited for everyone that what other peoples are just saying what they want to contribute in. We just imposed that there is going to be a lockdown and we need to use all the precautions. It was mandatory for every country to follow. Theoretical anchors, that is Hofstede, culture dimensions, and the globe study explained the last part of the command verb evaluation description. How the national culture shapes leadership expectation. Expatriates, who are these? The employees who are sent by their company to live and work in the foreign country for the specific period of time. Expatriates, local managers, and language communication issues. Expatriate managers, rules, and trade-offs. Like a Pakistani has been sent to China, things are really tough there then. You have to use all the time the translator, and even the translator doesn't help us. Rules, knowledge transfer, alignment with the corporate culture, control, and capability building. Like the way we used to go on the, not the way we used to, the way we use scholarship method to go from our home country to the host country. The Commonwealth, the British one, or the Bright Scholarship, UK, they're all amazing. And if you're qualified for it, then you're able to literally see the tendencies of other countries. Strength ensures corporate standards, special of the that is the speed implementation of the global processes, act as a cultural bridge. Speed implementation, that is the way how things are going on quickly. However, high cost, yes, it's expensive, family disruption. If one person is only selected and the family has to survive in the home country, That is even bad because most of the country they do not allow the family to move with the person who has been elected for the expatriate process. Potential cultural insensitivity, repatriation problems, that is again, a few people, they deny the job, the offers, the promotions because they don't like to go to that specific country, and risk of local resentment if the locals feel bypassed. That is why we always encourage that the locals, that is the local brands, local industry, they should always try to compete with the international one. Why? Because automatically people are going to like you. Before the genocide, we were all crazy for the international brands, right? But now you have seen every country has potential to produce their own commodity and of an excellent quality as well. We have plenty examples. You people have the range of your cold drinks, right? Carbohydrate drinks. And every country is trying to intervene into this. Local manager roles, market knowledge, quicker decision, cultural legitimacy, and the strength and weakness are better consumer insight, local networks, regulatory understanding. Why? It is mandatory to work with the local managers. And why? If you go to another city, any area, they are going to hire their people. They would love to entertain their own people rather than you. However, possible divergence from the corporate strategy, uneven capability levels, and that is why we need to have a proper check and balance on each and every one. And if you're not having proper check and balance, this is how the mafia groups are born. Language and communication, they cause misunderstandings, slow negotiations, and reduce the trust because one word has plenty of meanings in, so many dialects and languages. So you have to be very careful. Communication media matter that is face to face builds relationship in high context cultures. Email misapplies in low context culture. That is, email is good for all the multinationals, but the people who are in the national boundaries of businesses, they have their local businesses going on. It is better to have the meetings face to face. Virtual teams increases the need for explicit protocols. That is one which is outstandard, and stronger documentation, the paperwork. Strength and weaknesses, centralized and the directive approaches. Strength, uniform plan and quality control, fast coordinated strategic moves, economies of scale, that is where producing the goods and services in bulk quantity. However, poor local responsiveness, cultural misfit, demotivated local teams. Sometimes if you're always encouraging the expatriates in front of the locals, it can cause again a demotivation factor. Decentralized participative approaches, strength, local adaptation, faster consumer facing decisions, and higher local morale. Why it's a strength? Because we're able to ask questions from them and taking decisions accordingly. However, potential loss of coherence, that is the ambiguity, unity, duplication of the work, weaker control, and brand delusion because everyone is participating. So you are losing the control. You're not the autonomy anymore. Expatriate led versus local led leadership. So there are two types of leaderships. Not the leadership styles, leadership. Both are different. Leadership style and leadership. Expatriate strength, alignment with the headquarters strategy, transfer of the best practices. We try to send the best person in the other country. Local strength, cultural legitimacy, and market knowledge. The person who has an amazing knowledge of the specific area, city, we are going to appoint them. Style trade-offs, transformational versus transactional leadership style. Transformational strength, motivation, innovation, cross-border vision works well in change or integration project. That is from city to city. Transactional strength, predictable results, clarity of roles, good for standardized operation. That is for the daily operations going on. However, transformational may be resource intensive. You need a lot of raw material. Um, Expertise, and cultural variability. Whereas the transactional one can suppress the initiative because you're not taking any initiate. You're only working from within their daily activities going on in the organizations.
Ma'am, as you have mentioned earlier that time
Yeah.
that we are just taking like this transitional strength and about this, they're telling like there's another rule that we are not doing it, we're mostly doing for the other country, right, ma'am?
Mhm.
or it's like by doing our own country? Is it like okay, or it's like not? I mean, this
For
was like
the
quite confusing. Like,
transformational one,
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
um, your exact question is that why they are not doing it for their own country?
Yes, ma'am. It's just a normal question from me, but though
Okay,
because I know we are talking about expatriates, but
hmm,
just wanted to know like
no
why
problem.
it's not happening like that.
It's not happening in that country because it happens from country to country. But when it is in the scenario of the expatriates, we try to avoid it because we want to send the best talent to that country. Sometimes we're not having that excellent people, the qualification, the people with a good background. That is why we try to hire it from the other countries as well. It is just for the
Okay,
purpose of
ma'am.
motivation and try to have something unique, something different.
Yes, ma'am.
Similarities: all models seek alignment between the strategy and local execution. All balance control versus responsiveness. All require clear communication. And this is the same thing. Whatever style you opt, whatever method you opt, whatever leadership you opt, you need to be sure that you're able to execute it seamlessly, clearly, and we have the control as well, but not obviously the complete control, but at least 50% of control. However, degree of central control, speed of decision making, cultural fit, cost, expatriates versus locals. Expatriates are expensive because we're sending the person from one country to another. We have to give them the house, the fringe benefits, and we're paying them as well. Versus the locals, they're just around your area, around the firm, around the organization, and even the same cities as well. So they're not expensive, and yet they have the inferiority complex as well. And suitability to industry type, for example, high technology into the research and development versus retail franchising, that is from city to city. Now, the agreement which has been passed that soon Dalbek was going to be opening up 200 branches in Pakistan. So let's see what will be the scenario of the quality, the taste, the workforce, the employment, the structure, the aesthetics. Each and everything will be overlooked and overruled as well. Then coming towards the evidence and theoretical support, the last part of your evaluation command verb, contingency theory leadership effectiveness depends on fit between the style and situational factors, culture, task, culture, environment. According to the scenario, you opt for the leadership styles. Bartlett and Goshal's typology, global versus multi-domestic versus transnational, he proposed these three things together. It says helps deciding the centralization level that is global, which is equals to centralization. Yes, multinationals do not have the other styles. Mostly they have the centralized systems. Multi-domestic has decentralization, and the transnational has always complex matrix balancing mode. Sometimes they have the hard rules, sometimes they have the soft rules. That is, employees are also participating, the board of directors are also participating. Australian Globe empirical studies show the national culture predicts leader preferences and effectiveness of the decision models, modes as well. Research on the expatriates shows high. Now, this is not a link towards any researcher. Research on expatriate is a topic of a case study. So you can even link that as well. It shows high failure rates when selection, cross-cultural training, and repatriations are weak, implying costly mistakes if poorly managed. That is, we're again not having proper check and balance. Everyone is eager to apply for the good jobs, good status, and for the one which is out of the countries. But it has a cost as well. So you need to be very vigilant. And even on this expatriate things, many fraud happens. The human trafficking case, they are at high pace. They are just because of these things. Recommendation: adopt the contingent approach, that is the one which is bilingual, choosing the leadership and decision, low key based on these goals, decisions of industry and cultural profile locations. Use of transnational model where both global efficiency and local responsiveness matter. That is, both are willing and they want to grow together. Then we can go for centralized strategy, decentralized execution. That is when we have to ask the questions, suggestions with a strong coordination mechanism. Invest in cross-cultural competence, that is selection, language training, intercultural coaching for both expatriates and locals. You try to have different people of different backgrounds and cultures and even qualification. That is how you can always run a good and healthy environment of the organization. Balance the expatriates and locals. Did I read this?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Use expatriates for the capability transfer and the short-term setup. That is, if they are capable enough and you see the spark, then go ahead, do transfer them. Rapidly build local leadership pipelines for the sustainable operation. Like even in the organizations which are not even the multinational, but they are at a good repute in any of the country. They promote you with a good designation every month and every year if you work really hard. You can get free house, you can get free car, like that. Standardized critical processes would allow local adaptation, that is, document non-negotiation, push negotiations is the word, and this is negotiables. Brand ethics safety. Brand, the name of the entity, the organization, ethics, the rules and regulations which we try to follow, and the safety protocol. And permit localization in marketing, staffing, or pricing. You need permit for each and every aspect. Design communication protocols in a way that chooses the right media that to which your message has been conveyed to the people, to the right audience. Face to face for the relationship heavy cultures, schedule overlapping hours for virtual teams, through Zoom Teams app, and maintain clear documentation that is of the proper check and balance when things have been executed and they will be executed. Conclusion. There is no single best leadership or decision making model for global organizations. Effectiveness depends on matching the leadership style and decision locus to strategic objectives, cultural conditions, and operation realities. Today, I think the lecture is quite long.
Yes, ma'am.
My tongue is getting rolled. So, in short, the summary of the first bullet point is you cannot rely on the one single style of leadership or decision making model. You need to try, and then we can opt for the best one. It's not mandatory. The first method which you opt for is always successful, it can backfire. Centralized directive leadership secures uniformity, that is, everything is at the place, and rapid strategic action. Decentralized participative leadership secures market fit and local legitimacy according to country. The most robust approach for the complex global firms is contingent and hybrid as a transnational stance that deliberately combines global standards with the local autonomy. You're using the local brands. You're using the local brands stance as well, and you're using the international brands as well. Supported by strong cross-cultural capability, clear governance, and balanced use of expatriates and local leaders. Common example in I don't know about your country, but here in Pakistan, when we eat the food, we do not clear up the tables. But if you go to the international trip or any other country, you always have to clean up yourself. This is a major difference as well. Organizations that fail to align leadership approach with cultural and situational factors risk inefficiency, low morale, and costly failures as well. We have three examples, I think. Centralized leadership Apple organization incorporated. One is from multinational, two is I think from two from multinational, one from SME. Apple follows a centralized leadership structure where the key decisions about the product design, marketing, and strategy are made into the US headquarters. This is actually the complete summary of your assessment criteria 3.3, that what was the main purpose to read this. Strength ensures global brand consistency and quality control. However, limited local flexibility, regional teams have little autonomy to adapt to local market needs because you don't have a right. Decentralized leadership, Unilever, multinational company. Unilever applies a decentralized and participative leadership approach, giving regional managers authority to make strategic and specific decisions, market based, according to country, area to area. Good points allow better cultural adaptation and quicker local decision. However, coordination across the range can be challenging and duplication of the effort may occur because you're taking your style, your methods in one country, and the headquarters things are different. This is the drawback actually of the participative and decentralized leadership style. And for the SME, we have the Gulf Bites Bahrain. A Bahraini SME exporting traditional snacks to the GCC uses Saudi, Kuwait, the UAE, a hybrid leadership model. Hybrid is what? You're using both centralized and decentralized together, and this is the best one. The owner set strategic goals, that is centralized, while the local distributors decide pricing and marketing decentralized according like the major I don't know about KSA, but here in Pakistan, things are very expensive in Islamabad. And then in Lahore, it is less expensive, and then in Karachi, it is way too cheap. This is the area to area difference. Strength, balance, control with flexibility, weaknesses, communication gaps may arise between the local partners and the management. The difference of the uh, centralized and decentralized. Okay. These two slides are just a summary that what we did in both of the assessment criteria. Till slide 45, is everything clear? The concept of 3.3 is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Should I read the summary?
Sure.
I thought you would say no, ma'am. Impact of technology on the global integration of business organization. This is for 3.2. Technology such as
Ma'am,
ICT.
ma'am, you can also read in the next class also. We are having anyways next class. I know I can understand, but it's okay. Maybe if we can finish
No,
this slide.
there is
If
no requirement from my side to read it. It is just a
okay,
recap
okay,
for
ma'am.
you people, okay? So you can read
Yeah,
it.
yes, ma'am. It's better. Better, ma'am. It's better to read now. Then it will be
Oh,
easier for me to like. Yeah,
okay.
ma'am. I thought like maybe there are more slides left. I thought like that.
No, no, no. We're
It's
done.
better just.
Actually, I
Yeah,
wanted to finish it so that I can
yeah.
start task one in next class.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah, then do it this. No problem.
This is just a summary. We have read a lot today, like a lot. For 3.2, it is technology such as ICT, internet, remote working tools, and digital communication has made global integration faster and more efficient. The good points are enables global trade, reduces communication barriers, supports remote teams, and improves supply chain coordination. This is the main purpose. We are utilizing the tech in each and every component of the industries and the organization. However, it raises the problem of what? We have the cybersecurity problem, data privacy concern, and the data leakage, breaches, and dependence on the digital system. Like when I said now that I'll rejoin again, my internet just for a while got disbanded. Conclusion, overall tech strengthens the global connectivity but requires strong digital management and data protection strategies. So you have to take things side by side. Excellent software systems, they have the cost. That is, you need to, again, do a lot of spending on the other systems for the security, for the safety. The second assessment criteria, which we covered in today's lecture, was different approaches to leadership and decision-making global organization. Leadership styles vary across cultures from centralized, that is from top to down. Top to down means from the entrepreneur to the lower worker to decentralized local autonomy. That is people who are in the organization within the area, they can take the decision by their choice according to scenario and the situation. Good part, centralization ensures the consistency. Decentralization promotes flexibility and faster local responses because you're able to take the decisions according to the brainstorming creativity. You're not always following the rules. Weaknesses, centralization limits creativity because we are always like a sheep. In decentralization can cause coordination issues, the difference of opinions. You're saying something else, I'm saying something else, I'm saying something else. Conclusion, global success depends on balance and control and local empowerment, often through hybrid leadership approaches. That is, always go for both centralized and decentralized. So, this is what was the whole summary of the assessment criteria which we did today. That is it, 3.2 and 3.3.